All right, so this is lesson 9. This is a big lesson because for the remainder of the course, we're going to be talking a lot about this idea of functions. We're going to be using the word function quite a bit, and all the different types of things that we're going to be looking at, mainly for the rest of the year, are going to be functions. So this is an important lesson because this is your first introduction to like what is an actual function. A function is a relation in which each input has exactly one output. So before we get into like what this means in math, let's use an example like from real world that might make a little bit more sense. Let's say that in one case, in version 1, we're gonna deal with the same situation in like two different versions. Let's talk about students and their math teacher. So in one version, we have all the students. We'll have all the students as the input. So over here we have all the students. We have student 1, student 2, student 3. Whoops, that's a 4. And then student 4. And on the right-hand side, we have teacher. So first of all, some quick vocabulary. This right here, what I'm drawing here with these boxes, this is called a mapping diagram. We should probably write that down. This is a mapping diagram. And a mapping diagram has to do with assignments, okay? So in this case, everything that's on the left-hand side, which is our domain, okay, these are our inputs. And on the left-hand side, this is our range. These are our outputs. So that's important vocabulary. Your domain is always your inputs, and your range is always your outputs. And when we set up a mapping diagram, which is a really good way to illustrate a function, your domain or your inputs go on the left-hand side, and your range goes on the right-hand side. Now, what's happening here with a function is there's an assignment. Okay, that's what mapping happens. We're going to assign an element in the domain to an element in the range. So like in this case, we're going to assign these students to their math teacher. Now, it might happen that you know what, there's multiple math teachers, right? So let's say there's going to be teacher 1 and teacher 2, okay? Now, student 1 gets assigned to teacher 1. Student 2 gets assigned to teacher 2, student 3 gets assigned to teacher 2, and student 4 gets assigned to teacher 1. So this would be a mapping diagram. Now what I want you to notice here is that every single one of these students is only assigned one teacher, okay? You don't get one student assigned to multiple math teachers. You only get assigned a student to one teacher. So this would be a function. This is okay. But what if I reverse this? What if I make the domain the teachers? So what if I do teacher 1 and teacher 2, and then my outputs is the students. Student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4. Well, in this case, if I do the exact same situation, remember teacher 1 got assigned student 1 and student 4, and teacher 2 got assigned student 2 and student 3. Now, this is not a function because now the elements of the domain are assigned more than one elements of the range. And that's not what we want. We want every element of the domain, every input, to be assigned exactly one output. It's okay if the outputs have more than one input. That doesn't matter. But I cannot have inputs that have more than one output. All right, so let me show you what this means mathematically. So on the first example here, on the left-hand side, I have a table of values. So first of all, let's make sure that we're keeping up with our vocabulary. This is going to be our domain, which is our inputs. This is going to be our range, which is our outputs. Now look at your domain values. Now in this case, a table of values, everything gets mapped straight across. Okay, -2 goes with -7, -1 goes with -4, etc., etc. I don't see any x values that are repeated. So in this case, every single element in the domain maps to one and only one element of the range. So this is a function. And we would write, if the question said, is this a function? Determine if they are functions. Yes, because each input maps to exactly one output. Okay, now let's compare that to the right-hand side. These are relations, and what relations mean, by the way, what relation means is that I have an input assigned to an output. Okay, here I have a bunch of inputs. In this case, the inputs are my x values. So here's all my inputs, and here's all my outputs. My outputs are the y values. So this is a set of coordinates. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create my own mapping diagram here. So I'm going to make my two boxes. And we're going to talk about this, creating a mapping diagram. This is very useful. And on the left-hand side, I'm going to put my domain, which is all my x values. So I've got -3, I've got 0, I've got -2. Now notice I've got -3 again. When you create a mapping diagram, you do not repeat. Otherwise, it won't work properly. So I've already got -3. I don't need to write it again. And then I've got 2. What are my outputs? 0, 5, 7, 4, 10. Now let's do the assignment. If I go down the line here, -3 goes with 0, 0 goes with 5, -2 goes with 7, -3 also goes with 4, and 2 goes with 10. If you look right here, this makes this not a function. The input -3 has two outputs. It has 0 and it also has 4. That's not a function. No. This is not a function because some inputs have more than one output. And that's it. So what I really want you to take away from this is obviously what is a function, a relation in which each input has exactly one output. I want you to understand that the inputs are domain, that the outputs are range, and I want you to understand what a mapping diagram is and how it works. And that's it.